G'day everyone, RaidzeroAU, and welcome back to another episode of Empyrion Galactic Survival in Alpha 8. And just between videos, I've headed over to this area here, which is where the wreckage was. Mined out the iron, still got a little bit of copper and silicon there. We do need a bit more silicon, so I may have to head over there at some point. I've been making a whole lot of stuff to start on the hover vessel, but we're not quite there yet. A couple of things I've done out here as well is made a second portable generator, portable constructor. Just got that making biofuel. This one's just constantly making concrete blocks, and set this out just for a little grow zone out here. Now I'm going to have to enclose it because the temperature at night gets fairly low, gets down to about 9 degrees, and set a water generator out here just because we do need some water. So that's where we're at the moment. So we put a door in the back here. Now, someone mentioned in the comments field about the new food system, and in Alpha 8 the food is very important, especially early on. So what now happens is in the past food would just gradually go down and then you'd need to refill it. It still gradually goes down, but also what happens is when you're regenerating your stamina, it is using health, oh sorry, not health, it's using your food to regenerate it. And I believe it's something like 20 food points will regenerate an entire bar of stamina. Something along those lines. So if you're sprinting around a lot, and especially early on when you use the survival tool, the very first tool you can make, the survival tool uses stamina as its ammo, effectively. So if you're sprinting around and you're using that a lot, using quite a bit of stamina, and then it takes quite a bit of food to refill it. So you need to get onto food straight away. Now if you're doing the Robinson protocol, it gets you to do that anyway. But so the first thing you want to do when you start out is you want to be gathering plant protein. And the easiest thing to grab those from is the little hot dog things. They used to be called corn dogs. Don't know if we got any around here. Yeah, there's this one here. Right, that's fibre. We'll grab it, but I don't think we've got any actually around here to show you. Let's have a quick look. No, not seeing any, which is a bit unfortunate. But yeah, things that look like corn dogs. They will give you plant protein, and for each 2 plant protein, you can make an energy bar, which will give you 80 food. So you want to be gathering those. You can now in the game, as far as farming is concerned, in the past we'd be making all the different types of vegetables and things like that. So to make canned vegetables we would need durians and pumpkins and tomatoes. Well, that's all been simplified to a certain extent, that basically everything is now based off vegetable, fruit or grain when it comes to growing stuff. And you'll see in here, if we go through cereals here, we need 2 grain for that. Fried vegetables, we need 1 vegetables. Canned meat, purified water, 2 meat, 4 spice. Vegetables, purified water, 2 spice give us canned vegetables. So veggie burger is just vegetables, plant protein and some bread. bread is then made from flour, which is made from grain. So if we go to the farming side of things, you can grow any, for vegetables you could grow durians, pumpkins, tomatoes. There's probably some other stuff in here. Just having a look myself. Large eggplant sprout. So any of those will just give you vegetables when you harvest them. So you don't get tomatoes from tomato plants, you don't get pumpkins or anything like that. Now when it comes down to, say, me setting up a farm, the chances are I'm still going to grow some of each of those just for aesthetic looks, but I don't need to. I could just plant a whole lot of tomatoes and that's all I need to do, because it's going to give me vegetables. It's the same when it comes to corn and wheat. Both of those are grain. You can grow one or other of them, or you can grow both of them. Doesn't matter. And the same when it comes to fruit. But basically, you know, space orange is fruit. Where is it? Pear thing is fruit. So all of those things, there you go. Akura berry is berries. So there are berries are a little bit different. Berries are, so there's, I would say there's probably 4 different things. There's grain, fruit, vegetables, and then what I would call others. Things that don't really fit into any of those categories, although berries we'd regard as fruit. Berries are a different situation, that we can use berries to make some berry juice, which gives us some health and a bit of stamina. It's probably used in some other things in here somewhere. Let's see, fruit pie. No, it's not used in those. No, it doesn't look like it's used in anything but that. So we just need berries if we want to make berry juice. And then we have things like spice. Spice is like an intermediate product that you use to build other things or to make other things. So it's needed in the canned meat and the canned vegetables, things like that. So that's really what they've done with the food system. And to be honest, the best thing to do, we're going to head out here in the water. Early on, one of the best things you can do, because you're wanting to gain levels as well. So you're wanting to gather experience as well as needing resources. Well, if you camp near a water source and there happens to be seaweed in there, you should never be hungry, to be honest. So we'll pop our helmet on. There we go. These sort of areas here, multiple things you can pick up down here. So we got pentaxid here. We don't need it right now, but we are going to need that to fuel our warp drives. So we might as well start gathering it. But seaweed here. Seaweed. We've got more pentaxid there. I'm not going to worry about picking that one up, only because I want to keep heading out this way. You can see there's a lot of it around. And we're getting 100 XP for each one. And this just gives us plant protein. Now one thing is, if you look up the top right hand side, up near the mini-map, it says there that we're in the lake. And that's important as well, because as we go, as we come along here, I'll just use sprint a little bit just to get us moving. We got our light on. Make sure our light's on. A bit of pentaxid there. You'll see as we come along here, and you can generally tell by these darker plants here, you see how there's not any there. Now it regards the fact that we're in deep water. Deep water is important because we can get pentaxid. The one thing I was having trouble finding, but thanks to comments for pointing it out to me, Alien Plasma ZR1 is down here. That's what that looks like. And then this one here, these ones, these little, let's just go down a bit. These ones down here is Alien Plasma T6. Now, by using those, we can craft ourselves some health kits. So if you can find some deep water, I'm not going to gather too many at the moment, to be honest. Reason being, I've got quite a few back at base, but this is more just to show you guys. So if you've got some deep water near you, you should be able to pick up quite a few of those. There's heaps of these. Heaps of these ones down here. And here's the ZR1. Now, both of these items can also be made. You can manufacture them. I mean, you just look how many of them there are around here. But then the other thing around here, and I want to see if I can find some. So I'm just going to start sprinting again. Is you can also find some promethium. Down here, just some promethium rocks, just to get you started. We'll go down and grab the ZR1s. I see them. And that's why I put that marker out there, because okay, level 8 reached. Here we go, down here. That little blue bit down there, not quite as bright as the pentaxid. And they tend to hide a little bit more. So here, promethium stone. In order to grab those, we're going to need to use our drill on rock. We have 1,000 hit points, so it takes a little bit to get through it. Okay. Whenever you've got anything equipped in your hand, you're going to sink to the bottom. Oh, there's some more over here. Grab that. And this promethium comes in quite useful initially, mainly not for powering stuff, but for making charges for our multi-tool and also for the tier 2 drill. It's the main thing that you're wanting the promethium for initially. We can survive with power off of biofuel. I'm just going to grab that. So there's another pentaxid. You can see the difference in colour there. So what have we got there? 27. We haven't got huge amounts of promethium. You never get huge amounts from them. But as I said, it's enough to get you started. Just have a look. Could be grabbing these pentaxa, but want to get moving as well. But yeah, now the one thing we are definitely short of at the moment is silicon. There we go. That's why I put that marker there. It was just in case if I couldn't find another one. But I knew where there was a Prometheum stone. So yeah, we do need some more silicon. We're about 600 meters away from base. What I'll do is I will head back to base. That's really what I wanted to show you out here. Right. Once we're up here, can take our helmet off and start swimming back to base. So I'll see you all back there. Alright, welcome back guys. So with the Prometheum that we found, basically what I've done is I've gone ahead and made the multi-tool. I've made a few multi-charges. I've also made some explosives. Made ourselves the assault rifle, just a tier 1, and we've got a few rounds for that. We've got plenty of O2 there. So I think the next thing we want to do is I want to head over and have a look at this crashed DSE. Oh, here we go. Too far away. It's around here. There it is. Alright, because we've got our light armor now, we can come and have a look. Flick our light on. First things first is we've got to work out how to get in here. Alright, down through here. Now of course the issue you've got down here, you can't shoot your weapons underwater. But what you can do is you can use explosives. Right. Oh, that storm is very, very loud. Just goes outside. Alright. Interesting. A shower. Down here. This is all good stuff to if we can loot it, or if we can dismantle it, it'd be nice. Get some good stuff from that. Blow that off. Alright, this looks a bit more promising. Cargo box. Flux core, won't say no, but could have been better. Alright, we've got another. Bit hopeless, wasn't it? So ideally what we want to find is the core. And as you well know from previous videos, my efforts at finding cores can sometimes be pretty poor. Well, this is buried. That's constructor. Right, and there's stone dust. That thunder is very loud. New materials. Got a whole lot going on in here. Sathium ingot. Alright. Yeah, thought we might lose a few of those. Right, so this just leads us back out. I don't want you. Right, so what is down here? Not a lot going on in here. This is just this pathway going over this way. We probably can use our weapon here because we're not actually in the water here. Okay. where the core is. It's up there. It's just that walkway, isn't it? It's not there. Could go have a look in these. Unusual for them not to be any consoles or like cabinets or anything like that. It's just the same there. Alright, sounds like the storm has finished at least, which is nice. It's down here. Let's have a look. So you got that door there. What's down here? Going down. Is the floor down here? Yeah. Alright, so it goes all the way down there. What does that arrow mean? It's interesting. Why is it pointing that way and there's nothing there? We got an arrow going that way. Alright, well let's We're not going to spend too much more time on this. I just want to see what's through here. We'll just make sure that we haven't... No. Just wondering whether the core is through here. Don't know that the core is actually through here, but bit weird. Much going on there. Alright, not going to spend too much more time on this. Basically, we're going to need to do a bit more digging. I think what we'll do it's obviously some sort of lounge of some sort there. I think what we'll do is we'll head back to base and finish off our greenhouse side of things. And we'll just have to come back here. At a later date and work out where that is. You guys probably have already spotted it. Look along here, make sure there's no... Oh, there's an ammo. Not much in it, but we can grab it. Alright, let's head back over. I'll be the first to admit that it's it is not a POI that I'm used to. It's the first time I've come across that one, so I've got no idea where the core is. And as I said, the chances are I probably missed it. If I go back and review the video, I'll probably see it immediately, so... Alright. And what I will do also is pixie stalks here will give us herbal leaves. That sounds like a plant monster. Should we stop and say hello? There he is. Right, what are you going to give us? Durian sprout, power thing sprout, and spoil food. Okay. And a bit of XP. Might as well grab these as we're right next to it. Here we go, back home. Alright, so in here we can drop some of this stuff. Over here we can drop these. And you can go in there. In here, as we picked up the herbal leaves, what we can now do is we should be able to make. Let's have a look. Which one is it? We need purified water, nutrient solution. We need some more purified water, which is why I'd started putting this out here. So just get it generating a little bit more. We'll also have some purified water in our oxygen one here, because that produces oxygen and water at the same time. Alright, you can go in there. You can go in there. Won't use it just yet. Now, we should be able to make that. We should be able to make an alien honey plant sprout. That's interesting. Might actually do that. Not for right now, but for later. Alright. The one thing we're going to be short of is I need another 3 nutrient solution. We're going to be short on silicon. It's okay. We can do it similar to what I did during experimental. That there. One there. We'll probably put a doorway in there. Down there. I'm deliberately making it, I know it's one block too high, deliberately making it like that this time. Go like that. Like that. just bring that one across like that. Okay, should do. Because it is only going to be a single set of 9 in this case. Now, did I make had a few window blocks? Might have enough to. Can we make grow light? We just need one. Let's make sure I didn't make one before. Yes, I did. There it is. But the other thing we want is we're going to want a few of those. Okay, so the windows, you got to use those. Pop those in like that. Right, won't let me do that. There we go. Up here, should be able to do is do that. What about that? Like so. There we're going for doing too bad for glass. Do we have enough in here to make a door? There is a question. Yep, looks like we do. Okay, so that's that enclosed. Then this one here. That. And the same up here. No, come on. No, oh, it's there. Okay, so that's that enclosed. I want that. I want those. In fact, I'm going to want those. Go there, come into blocks, and we want 2, 3. Alright, these ones here. Could just go over like that. Probably just do that just for looks more than anything else. The light goes on in the middle of the cross there. Door goes in there. That should, it's not sealed. The reason it's not sealed is because this is still just ground. So as you can see, it's 9 degrees. Alright, we've got another 3 here. We're going to pop those in. go. Now we should see the temperature go up. There we go. It's 22 degrees. It's now sealed in here. Now, what we can do is we've got some grain there. Corn. Make this one into... What do I want to grow? That's the question. At the moment, I really need grain because we're going to need that for our tier 2 mining. That is probably good. These will be good just simply for so we don't have to go out gathering them. So put the corn in. I think at this stage we just stick with corn for grain at the moment. And that will leave me with one more. What else? Vegetables? I'm gonna think about that. I'm gonna think about the third lot. Thinking maybe vegetables. As I said, primarily, first thing we want is we want corn grown. And then we can do the aloe vera. And we can fill that out as needed. A couple of light blocks here, so we might as well use them. And we can use the little corner ones. That. Like that. Turn our light off. There we go. We haven't got much light outside at the moment, but that's okay. That just gets our growing happening. Alright. That's what I'm going to call it for the moment, guys. Next episode, we're going to definitely look at the hover vessel. So I hope you've enjoyed what you've watched. If you have, please leave a like and subscribe. Look forward to seeing you all next time. I'm RaidzeroAU, signing out.